So then again, now that we're at the very top of the head, taking a little bit of gutsy, applying on your hands, spraying a little bit of weightless, holding the flat iron.
Get the sizzle effect.
Get the sizzle effect, and then pulling the flat iron out. Like I've said before, as you notice, my sections are getting bigger. They're a lot looser as you work through the top of the head. Depending on what look you're going for with Shay, I might be very taking like a way bigger section towards the face. Because you don't want it too tight towards the face.
That would create more of a wave rather than a curl?
Yep.
Alright.
Again, taking the gutsy, reapplying the weightless, flat iron, over directing towards the front of the face. Spray. I'm just going to tilt your head sideways. Anytime you're using any kind of hot tools, you really want to angle the client so A, you don't burn them, and B, I'll show you how you can put your hand underneath the tool so that you don't burn their face. Tiny bit of gutsy, over directing the hair up, putting that flat iron in, holding my hand to the base of her face, especially around the ears, pulling out. If you notice, on this piece, it's dropped out where it almost comes from a little bit of a wave to straight, and you want that towards the face. You don't want like a super curly look. Depending on what look you're going for, I'm going to do Shay's off of her face because she just doesn't want bangs today. Right, Shay?
Sure.
Sure. You're in? Okay, applying some weightless. Over directing towards the other side of her head. Twisting, pulling up. Also, when you get towards the front of the face and the magic inch that's all the way around the hairline, feel free to pull on the curls or the wave so that it loosens up a little bit, and then you can spray it in place, and like I said, afterwards you can go back with your fingers and loosen the look up. Let's get a better shot here. Awesome, there we go. Just gonna put the flat iron in, twist, pull up and back. Pull on that a little bit because it's the bang. Once again, we don't want it to set. Give it a little spray. Always angling your hairspray away from your model's face.
Why would that be? I don't want to be eating hairspray, right? Hairspray does not set the makeup. FYI.
A lot of times if I'm doing an updo and things, I will actually stop and I will go wash my hands and come back, because if I don't, it gets super sticky and it'll actually ruin my ultimate look. I'll go back to touch something, the hair will stick to my hands, and then I've ruined what I've done. Okay, over directing. Get that flat iron in there. Flipping, pulling out. Pulling on that hair a little bit just to loosen it up. Setting, spraying.
Set, spray, curl. Set, spray, curl. It's like a cheerleader for the hair.
Yeah. Really?
Really?
Towards the front of the face, over directing away from the face. Like I said, putting your hand underneath the flat iron so you don't burn your client. Towards the ear, taking a larger section, pulling up, way up 90 degrees, bigger section for looseness. Reapplying a little bit of the gutsy. Spraying up 90 degrees. Once again, flip, put your hand under the client's ear. It's nice and loose. Hey Shay, it's nice and loose. Good old spray. And last, the bang.
That's a lot of volume.
It sure is. Tiny bit of gutsy. Pull straight up from the face.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Up. Again. A little kinky. Forward-looking your flatters, pulling up and out. Sometimes if it gets a little fish hooky on you, you can go back and just sort of redo the ends. So, earlier I was talking about a liquid shine. This is nice to reapply at the very, very end. You put a tiny bit of your hand in your hand. One thing is, all your products, anytime you're using any kind of a product, rub it in like a hand lotion before you apply it to the hair, just so you get even distribution. Also another trick, which any kind of spray shine, any kind of wax, any kind of gel, a lot of people don't know this, usually it's a little bit too greasy. So what you can do is you take a little bit of the weightless after, you spray that over top of the product, which gives it a little bit of tact. Starting in the back where you started. Just breaking that up so it's not crusty. You can see. Nice and loose. Hey Shay.
I love it.
Working your way up towards the top of the head. Feel free to do a little spray. I like to stay away from the wet sprays. I find them just way too crusty. Look at that volume. Can we get a shot of the volume? Through the back here, then turn her. Straight. Oh, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Nice and loose in the front. Work your way through the front. Just finishing off the last section of Shay's hairdo. We are taking the bang, we are running our fingers through, just breaking up any splits, so there's no splits in the hair. It's over directed, so she has a very nice swept bang. Cover your client's eyes. How's that for sassy? It's amazing. God, this looks wicked.